So this is April 24th's daily question. They asked it on April the 24th. So what they'll give you as input for this question is they'll give you a string which contains L, R and underscore. L means you're moving away from the origin. So if this is the origin, you're moving one unit away from it. R means you're moving one step towards the right from the origin. Underscore means it can be anything you want. You can take it as anything you want. So the main objective of this question would be to find the the distance, which is the furthest distance away from the origin. So they want you to find the furthest point you can reach. They want you to return the distance from the origin. So when I saw this question, the first thing which approached my mind was maybe we can take L as -1, you can take R as +1, and you can handle the underscores later. I am not exactly sure how, but I think we can handle it later. So for this question, right, it would be -1 for L, so -1. R would be +1, so they cancel each other out. L again -1, then R +1. So we get 0. So basically these directions, they all cancel out. If we take the underscores as L or R, I'm pretty sure we'll get 3 as the answer, right? So um, this test case is handled. If we go to the next test case, we can see that first R, right? So +1, then -1, so we get -1 in total. If we take these as LL, right? So if we take them both, if we take all of these underscores as L, we can do -1 -4, so we can get -5. This is the maximum distance, right? So for this case also, this logic works out. So if we go to the third test case, it's all underscores, so we can take all of them as L or all of them as R. So I think the logic we must implement is we must find the net. Like if you apply all of the non-underscore moves, where is the person going? Like what is the net displacement from the origin? And depending on whether it's negative or positive, we can substitute the underscore values. So let's first figure that out. For I in moves, if I is equal to L, we do, let me just declare a variable for total, is to net displacement, right? Net displacement equal to 0. If it's L, we want this to we want to minus this by 1. We want to decrement it by 1, right? And L, if I is equal to R, we want to increment it by 1. And at the same time, you also want to maintain a count of underscores, right? So underscores, let me just call this 1, 0. Let me just count this. Let me just call this count. So else if it is an underscore, we increment count. And at the end, we check if net displacement is greater than, if it is greater than 0, then we can just add count. Else we can just decrement it by count. And if we do return of net displacement, right, I think this should work. Okay, it did not. We should do absolute all the time, right? We should do at the end when you return the value, you must do an absolute. Okay, it passed. Okay, I think that should be it. I think this is the logic. Okay, yeah.